met her in the fall. He took her to a movie, and when they done it all.
Hello and welcome to the Fabulous Picture Show. I'm Amanda Palmer. This week at the Everyman Cinema Club, we're joined by co-directors Wajma Osman and Kelly Dolak as we screen their documentary, Postcards from Tora Bora. It's a nostalgic journey from the surprisingly groovy 60s Afghanistan to a depressingly familiar one today. Also on the show, we meet a filmmaker who's gone from this to this.
Obama, and I don't even know what the big deal is. He's a African anyway.
And later, he's 99 and looking fine. We meet the oldest working film director in history. But first, British director Mike Leigh is famous for his torture dramas, but his latest film is downright delightful, even if some of the viewers do find his lead character slightly annoying.
How's your love life? How is my love life? Nothing doing?
Not a sausage.
You okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
Cheese.
Happy-go-lucky follows Poppy, a school teacher who radiates pure joy.
I think we could pull in these.
But Poppy's unlike any other character you've seen from Mike Leigh, a director who's considered either a master of misery or the blackest of comedy.
You've got a very sad face.
Have I?
It's all right. I mean, I find that attractive.
I'm so ashamed. I shouldn't be ashamed.
Sorry to interrupt your celebrations, but we need to talk to Mrs. Vera Drake.
There's a new optimism in your films, and many are putting it down to Vera Drake and the success of that. Do you concur with that at all?
No, I don't. I mean, I continue to do what I've always done, which is to try and make a different film, a different kind of film, tapping into my ongoing life experience, which has now been going on for quite a long time.
No, I'm Zoe. Nice to meet you.
Sorry about her. Don't know who she
I'm a
is.
friend.
My name's Ezra.
Hello, Ezra.
Sally, this is your third collaboration from what I read with
That's
Mike.
right, yes.
Is it, you know, with all due respect, I can't remember you, and I've seen his other
No,
films.
no.
But this one you were certainly put in the spotlight.
Yes, which was lovely. Quite scary. I've been lucky enough to work with him twice before on All or Nothing and Vera Drake.
Leigh often uses the same actors in different films.
All right?
All right.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Actors who can craft their characters from improvised rehearsal.
You don't really know what the film's about, what you're making.
When you wanted to become Poppy,
Yes.
who do you know? Who did you draw upon?
Well, I didn't draw on any one person, really. I know it sounds silly, but this was a feeling. Poppy is a feeling for me, and she's a feeling of energy and laughter. She's like this energy which she can't control. Oh, bang on the money.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not usually disposed to have a character that I'd actually like to meet. And Poppy is just such a person, you know.
See, that's an interesting one because you know she's incredibly irritating at times.
Ow! Ooh.
I think if anyone finds Poppy irritating, it will only be at the beginning of the film. And that gradually, as you get to know her, there's no way you can be irritated by her because you get to get where she's coming from. You get to understand what she's about.
Shoulder blades drawing down to the spine.
I did find her tough throughout the whole film, actually. And I find that I did find her fairly irritating throughout, and I did see the redemptive features.
Well, I think that anybody, and this would include you, who finds her irritating throughout the film, that what that's about is their problem, your problem, not Poppy's problem.
You're suggesting I have a problem?
Well, I think it sounds as though you have a problem, yeah.
Well, I actually didn't. I don't. Just
good.
for the record on that, but thank you very much.
Hello, Scott.
Are you Poppy?
That's me. Nice to meet you.
Right, the car's just here.
They're not infected. What do you know?
Leigh believes Poppy is a reflection on a world that's become too complacent with misery.
You get in the passenger seat.
You know it's me that's learning to drive, don't you?
And Poppy's incessant good cheer clashes with no one more than driving instructor Scott.
He's rude, he's arrogant, he's overconfident, and he's too street.
You are really quite terrifying in there. Your teeth are much better in real life,
Yeah,
by
they
the
are.
way.
They are.
That's a
They
bit
are.
of a relief.
So I'm playing this guy who's full of paranoia,
full of suspicions, feeling very powerless.
How little do they know? How little do their mothers know?
I meet a lot more Scots than I do Poppy.
Yeah, you do. That's one of the tragedies of the film.
And they smell.
It's not easy being you, is it, eh?
To his credit, he's very protective of his films and the people in his films.
I know.
I said I found her incredibly irritating, and he suggested that I had a problem, which I can take on board. We'll sort it out later. Calling my strings.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic.
The birthhome of flamenco.
And Berlin Film Festival thought Hawkins was fantastic too, awarding her Best Actress.
She is who she is, and she doesn't compromise herself or make excuses for that. I think she does irritate people, and you see that in the film. And I think that's brilliant, because it only, like Mike says, highlights aspects of yourself, maybe.
I want you to be happy, Poppy.
I am happy.
I don't think you are.
I am.
Yeah, it can be tough at times. That's part of it, isn't it? I've got a great job, brilliant kids, amazing friends. I'm a very lucky lady, I know that. All right, there's no need to rub it in.
Many people put their short films on the internet in the hope of landing a big Hollywood contract. Well, veteran American filmmaker Robert Greenwald, he does things the other way around.
Barack Obama is how you say his name. Bringing America his message of change. He used to look good to me, but now I find him. Barack Obama's is the bug.
It's the first American election to truly be fought online, and the net is bursting with do-it-yourself campaign videos.
Are you against civil unions for gay couples?
No, I am not.
But when you filter out the ones that might be a little short on substance, and skip the obvious propaganda,
it is a mystery to me why any woman would vote for Hillary Clinton.
And dump the ones that are strictly amateur hour,
It's raining McCain. Hallelujah, it's raining McCain. Amen.
and then finally you focus only on videos that offer new information or a fresh perspective.
Obama, and I don't even know what the big deal is. He's a African anyway.
Suddenly there aren't all that many, but some of the best are coming from a Hollywood journeyman turned documentary firebrand, Robert Greenwald.
10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people signing letters and stuff will give the FCC further ammunition to say the public wants this.
Conservatives, especially, who favor a free market system, should be outraged about the degenerate lack of competition in defense industry.
Fox portrays his every action as a heroic move.
The district manager actually explained to us how to cheat workers out of overtime.
Brave New Films is committed to making films that tell a story to get people to take social action. It's not about telling a story to get people into the movie theaters.
Greenwald spent years in the Hollywood machine producing and directing films like Xanadu, the vintage cheese musical with Olivia Newton-John. But as the Bush years kicked in with a vengeance, Greenwald was galvanized into opposition.
The Bush administration has certainly taken it to a new level. The profiteering in the war, the turning over so many functions of government to the highest bidder or briber.
As an independent adversarial filmmaker, Greenwald no longer enjoyed the big studio's distribution apparatus. He needed to find a new way to get his films out there.
He decided that these big companies are not necessarily going to distribute my feature films when he was doing his documentaries, so I'm going to think of an alternative way to distribute them in community centers and living rooms.
We had a whole week of Walmart Week, and there were, I think, 8,000 screenings in that week. Probably 10 of them were in movie theaters, and all the rest were in churches and schools and every place you could imagine.
When you hear these bells at Walmart, do you remember the people they're ringing for?
Every time somebody buys one of those films and takes it home or loans it to a friend or invites people over, it's a good thing.
For the time being, Greenwald is going away from long-form documentaries and focusing on shorts. His pet topics are the US election and his old bête noire, Fox News.
We did a video, Fox Attacks Iran, that showed Fox using exactly the same language about why we had to go to war with Iran they'd use with Iraq, and we intercut it, and you couldn't tell the difference.
Al-Qaeda is in Baghdad. American officials say Tehran is forging ties with Al-Qaeda.
We have 700,000 views of that.
The films are online as soon as they're finished.
Can we do things within a week? Can we do things within a few days? And so it's just been getting, faster and faster and faster.
As for funding these Insta films, they've got a new model for that too.
We have subscribers, people who literally sign up, they get all of our videos, and they give us $10 a month. We have over 2,000 of them.
Will this become a model for other independent filmmakers? Well, Greenwald and his 2,000 subscribers have to believe.
In part 2, we're screening the documentary Postcards from Tora Bora. I've got the filmmakers here now. Wajma, this is all about you going back to your homeland, Afghanistan.
Yes, it is. And, it was a very difficult, but at the same time, a very exciting trip back for me.
How about you?
I mean, yeah, I only know Afghanistan from media images, so to actually be on the ground there was a really amazing opportunity for me.
Yeah, we see in Afghanistan that no one, unless you live there, have ever seen before, but we get to find out more about that in part 2.
He met her in